guide and a life coach. Some of you already know me. We've already been working together. So thank you for being patient. I know you've been waiting for me to post my first video, and I had some stuff I needed to deal with. But thank you for waiting. And to the new people, welcome. Thank you for being here, and I hope you find valuable information that you can use in your life, whatever goal you have or intentions you have set. A little bit about me. I have had a very tough childhood. I was homeless at 13. I had to deal with a lot of dark stuff when I was a kid, and that was all that I knew. So leaving home at 13, I've had to navigate through life. I've had to raise myself. I've had to go on my own journey of learning about who am I, why am I here, what is my life purpose, and a lot of other questions that I know everybody has asked themselves at some point or another during their life. So since I've had sort of an early start with my learning journey, I am here to share what I have learned. I have come up with my own practices of trying to figure out who I am to become the authentic me, right? That's a big one. What does that mean to be authentic self? To me, it meant being aligned, mind, body, and soul. And it's important because life is not easy sometimes, and for some people it's very, very challenging. So if we can work towards the alignment of self, things get easier, life gets easier, and I promise you that it does get easier. So with alignment of self, what else is that? I also call it self-mastery. When we are in control of our thoughts and our feelings, and to a certain extent destiny. And when I say destiny, that means things in your life that either meant for you, or if it was not meant for you, you can certainly go after it. I have not had a guide or a parent raise me since I was homeless at 13. But like I said, I was dealing with a lot of really dark stuff for a child. But nonetheless, everything that I went through on my journey has brought me full circle, and that will be similar perhaps for most of you, right? Just trying to figure out who we are, trying to love ourselves. And then in that sense, when we love ourselves, we love things in our external world. And when that happens, the alignment of what you want in life just flows to you. Just recently, I've been working on abundance wealth. I wouldn't say abundance specifically because I am in a state of abundance and I have been for a long time, but I did not focus on the wealth part. And just this January, I spent time focusing on it, just making minor adjustments. Little adjustments like how I held the value or the energetic value of money. When I made those shifts, tremendous wealth started coming into me in a very short period of time. And I was very conscious throughout the whole journey of it all, being guided by God, by the universe, by spirit guides. So I can say to you that everything that I am talking about and everything that I'm going to teach you, I have learned and went through it myself. So where to begin? Alignment of self is not easy, right? There's lots of things that can sort of throw us off of our journey. Some of the ways that you can bridge that gap is get to know yourself. Go inward. For some reason, sometimes I can feel people not wanting to do that, which fair enough if you're not ready at that time, but it must be done. You are the key to the universe. You are the key to you. So whatever it is that you want in life, it has to start here, right? That's what manifesting is. I will talk more as we go along about spirit and soul sense, and then how it all interacts and how we interact with our 3D world, which we call life. There's going to be a lot of things that we'll talk about, but today I just wanted to get a video out there to get a little bit of an intro out there, and perhaps I'll talk about a little bit of what I see what's going on with the collective. So recently, one of the big themes I've been seeing, hearing, is people want to know what their life purpose is or what their life mission is. And for that, you need clarity, right? So hence why being aligned will help you with that. And we all have stuff that sort of gets in the way of our clarity. It could be our traumas, it could be our present circumstances, it could be a lot of stuff. But in any case, that is the work. The work of dealing with our traumas, freeing ourselves from that trauma in order for clarity and alignment, right? It's just like an onion peel. We're here, our soul essence of who we are. But as we grow up and through life experiences, bad ones and good, there are layers that start to form over. So childhood life plus adulthood, there could be a lot of stuff that's building up if you haven't dealt with it. So I urge you to go in, deal with that trauma, whether it be from childhood or from your adult life. It needs to be addressed because it's holding you back. That's one thing. Another thing that will help you in terms of alignment is meditation. There's lots of meditation, and if you're just starting out with meditation, I would just do a guided meditation, really. Something so that you can surrender and release, right? Sometimes during meditation, a lot of people are trying, they're not sure if they're doing it right, all this kind of stuff. Clarity. Just put your focus and intention on clarity. And over time, as you start meditating, you will see changes. And the meditations will probably also change. There are many reasons for meditation, and also there are many types of meditation. So I really would encourage you to do that. Meditation could help. It helped me with my moments, my very emotional moments when I was younger, right? Because sometimes we can have the voices and the feelings just like attacking us, and that really pushes us down, and it pushes us into a state of disempowerment. And when we're in a power loss or disempowerment, it is really difficult to take any kind of action to shift that. So try meditations. I will give some links in the description for a few different types of meditations, and you can just go on Google and find one that resonates with you. But also stick with it. If you think that it's not working, keep at it. Sometimes when we do new things and it doesn't feel familiar, we tend to not want to do it anymore, but keep doing it. Anything that you keep doing, you will get more comfortable with, and you will progress. Like I promise you, you will progress and things will change. So going back to what I said earlier about all of these different factors coming in that make us feel powerless, and what can we do about that? Right? I even felt that going through this myself recently, and it just really had to do with making this video and putting myself out there, right? I had all these things. What am I going to wear? Where should I film it? What should the background be? All these things were coming up that I knew I had to work through. And really, when it comes down to it, just do it. Right? Because I could go on that path of finding millions of reasons not to do it. Not that I didn't want to do it. It's just an internal struggle that I had to deal with. So hence, coming on this video and just recording anything, something, and just getting it out there. So that was my action, right? Overcoming that one hurdle for me. And I even know that after this first video, it'll be easier. So just take action. I had all these things that I had planned out to do this video, structuring everything, planning what I was going to say, and then realizing that that's not how I work. When I work with people and individuals, it's something that comes from inside of me that comes out. So me reading a script I was not feeling it, right? So that is also a lesson. If you're not feeling it, try something else. Try something different. Every day is a new opportunity for you to try again. I've been trying at this for probably the past week. Other things were coming up, like the battery died and lighting wasn't good, but I can't give up. I didn't give up. And I hope you don't give up either. We have to keep on continuing to move through things and maybe not push through things, although a little push is okay, because if you don't, you're just gonna get stuck, right? So that was my original script, was talking about what to do when you're stuck. So that I will talk about, because now it's coming up organically and not through script. So there's many of you that's feeling stuck for a lot of different ways. And let me just talk about what that is. Don't feel like being stuck is a bad thing. Being stuck is actually a really good thing, right? We're now changing our perception about things. Being stuck just means that, you're in a position in life, whatever it may be, work, school, relationship, your home, whatever it may be. You can feel stuck all of a sudden because you need to shift or something needs to change, right? So when we are aware that we need to change, first off, we're like, oh, but how do I get to the next step? What is the next step, right? Hence being aligned. It's gonna come back, it's coming back. Hence being aligned is very important so that you are clear for those moments that, what am I supposed to do next? What's the next step, right? So we're gonna go back to being stuck. What can you do? Well, first off, sometimes we hold a lot of negative or low vibration when we're being stuck. So again, earlier what I said was, it's normal and it's okay. It's not a bad place. So you have to be kind and gentle with yourself and compassionate with yourself for where you are in the present moment. Okay? Being present is so valuable, is so important. So in this moment of being stuck, we can acknowledge, I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what to do. And it is a theme with many of you out there. And I have been individually coaching you on what to do, right? Just to start getting that movement or action in you, because it's that forward movement that we want. And it's okay if we move forward one step and then we get stuck again, that's fine. And it's also fine that if you're stuck and you need to be there to do some inner work, that's perfectly fine also. So don't be hard on yourself. Please, whatever you do, if you're doing inner work, please don't get hard on yourself. Because when you do that, that energy is just adding to what you're trying to clear. Okay? So how can you be kind and compassionate with yourself? Being present, being in that moment, acknowledging, okay, this is what I'm going through. You can write it on paper. I would suggest that you do write it on paper so it's not stuck in your mind and it's not stuck in your energetic field, your energy fields. Because I'm sure you all know that once a thought starts going, and if we allow it to marinate, it just snowballs, right? And we want to avoid that from happening. So that's why I say write things on paper. Get things on paper. It's one of the easiest and free things to do to help you deal with your stress, right? So you can write down your situation. You can read it, and then you have to get to an acceptance of your situation. But also with that acceptance that anything can be changed, right? We just want a little bit of movement, a little bit of forward movement. You don't have to think about the end goal, like that big end goal right away. And I suggest that you don't do that, because sometimes when we think how massive this end goal and then all the little steps in between it can prevent you from moving forward because it is overwhelming. And that is not how life works anyways, right? You can picture a big goal that you reach, but don't focus on it, right? You just want to focus on the present moment. So acknowledgement, acceptance, and then we can move into action for some of you. So if there is something small that you want to start shifting or something big that you want to start shifting, on paper, again, really easy exercise. Get it on paper. Some of you are really stuck dealing with a lot of dark stuff. I get it. So I'm just going to start off with that. Sometimes for some of you, it's really hard to get out of bed. You don't want to do anything. You're just really in the feels of being really low. And that's okay. Acknowledge it, accept it, and we're just going to take a little opportunity to try and do something, right? So I call it a task checklist. Just like a normal task checklist, doing something different every day will help shift and change. It's because some of you are really stuck in this vicious cycle that you're doing the same thing all the time. I also call it running in your hamster wheel. Well, if you keep on running in that hamster wheel around and around, what are you going to get? The same results. But we want something new, or at least the start of something new, right? And it could be something very tiny. So let's get back to the list. So for some of you that are really, really stuck, I would suggest writing 4 task items on your list. And this is a daily list, okay? Which you will do weekly. And then after the week, you can either revise your list or you can continue on your list, depending on how much movement or progress you were able to make. So for people who are really, really stuck, I would make my number 1 on my list and my number 2 on the list simple things that you already do. Either waking up and making your bed, or going for a walk in the morning. It could be anything that you already do. And the reason for this is because if we can start our day on small successes, then you can use that momentum, right? We're going to try and use any kind of opportunity that comes in to help us shift and move forward. So the first 2 things you already do. Celebrate those successes. Feel it and give yourself credit. Don't just wash it off as like, oh, that's nothing, this is not going to do anything. Trust me, if you do this and you allow it into your body and you're like, yeah, I woke up today. And guess what? That hurdle of just wanting to try on a new day is a big success, right? So the other 2, you can choose something that a small step or a small actionable step that has to do with what you're trying to change. If it's an addiction, you can instead write down an item that is, I'm going to drink a little bit less today. That could be it. If it has something to do with trying to find a job, you could start with, I'm going to do some career personality tests today. These are just simple, easy things that you can do at home. And the more of those little things that you do will also just combine into sort of your bigger goal, right? You will have movement and you will be going forward. And the thing is, you won't even notice it. So I like doing things, small little things that you wouldn't notice, because then there's less resistance. You might still have resistance, and if you do, you can write that down, right? Today, I was really resistant into doing this. Well, one of your tasks then is, in order for me to move past this, I could do this one little thing, which is X. So whatever that may be. For the ones that aren't as stuck, you can choose whatever it is to put on your task list, your 4, right? You can focus all of them on your bigger goal. So that is just a really, really easy exercise to get things on paper, doing the task list. Now I'm going to talk about physical things. Anytime you feel yourself getting heavier or thinking about something, or that one thing that's weighing you down, stop yourself. Be aware of it. And then when you're aware of it, do something to change it. If it's a physical thing, you can just get up and you can just kind of shake your body, just shake it all out. Whatever you need to do just to change your present energy. Do that anytime with anything, because really we do all know that nothing stays the same forever, and it's just this present moment that we need to shift out, right? So just maybe see it as shifting out of something, and if you want to shift it into something, that's even better. If you find whatever it is that helps you get into more positive, higher frequency and vibrational energy, the better. For myself, I watch a lot of animal videos every day because it just touches me and it just puts me in a really good space. So for some of you, it could be going for a run, or it could be talking to a friend, it could be playing music and dancing. There's so many things that you could do, right? So I just want to put the focus on that. What can I do right now to get myself out of this position, being unstuck? That really is all you need to do for that present moment. So I'll leave that there. I will leave some links and I will do a write-up about the task list because I have it on script. I just didn't use the script. But in any case, I'll post it somewhere so that you can have access to it. So thank you for joining me. There's a lot to come. If there's also things that you want me to talk about, just put it in the comments section. I wish all of you much love, the best in life, and you are not alone. We're all here with you, and we're all gonna go on this journey together, and we're gonna help each other, right? God bless.